Okay, so now we're officially recording. But anyway, we're going to hear from a lot of people tonight who have done really big things. They got some things to share, little bits of trainings, some thoughts, some ideas. We've had some people that hit some new ranks. We always want to hear from them and what they did. We got new people on the team. And so very, very pumped and excited to hear from several of you tonight. And just keep in mind, after we've heard from some of these people, if you have something to share, if you have something on your heart that you want to share with this family here, you just let us know, because we want to hear from you too. So Kristen, I'm going to start with you, sister. Are you cool with that?
Sure, let's go.
Awesome. Okay.
I'm really short, sweet, and simple. It's not like a long anything. I was just having a really good conversation with Kristen Lopez this week. And then I was talking to Carly about what we were talking about. And she's like, can you share that on Coffee Chat? Because that's what Carly does, right? If you're like in her inbox and you have like something, she's like, can you share that? So I actually like completely forgot I was doing this tonight. So I just took some quick little notes so I wouldn't forget little things that I wanted to say. But I know that we often hear that saying, what you focus on grows. And that is something we hear all the time, is what you focus on grows, what you focus on grows. And so she had reached out to me earlier this week. She had received some sort of Facebook notification and it was saying to do this certain thing, but to be able to earn it, she needed to move to professional mode on Facebook. Now, everyone can do it however they please, right? Like you can be a professional mode on Facebook. Everyone has their own opinions. I told her personally, I don't want to do professional mode because I want my Facebook to be a relationship building platform. And for me, I want them to go to my page and see friends at the top on that blue button. I think that to me is important, that it says friends. We are friends. It's not you followed me in a business transaction. So we were just talking about that. And then I got to talking about how when I got into Instagram, I didn't do Instagram for a long time. And then when I finally committed to it, I worked really hard on my Instagram platform and I was drilling and I was digging. And I kid you not, I went from like 1,300 followers to what felt like over 10,000 followers overnight. It was this massive, massive growth that happened so quickly. If you go to my page now, I don't have 10,000 followers because I honestly have gotten to this point. I don't care anymore about all that stuff. I don't care about how many followers I'm getting and all of the insights and all that stuff. So I've actually been losing followers and I'm like, good, you're not meant to be on my page anymore. But what happened is I was so focused on my insights on Instagram constantly. Like I was just focused on how many likes I was getting, how many shares I was getting, how many saves I was getting, all the insights that I actually didn't even realize that my business had not grown at all for like 6 months. No joke. It had not grown at all because I was so focused on the wrong thing in my business. And so I've really gotten to this point in my personal business where I don't care anymore about insights. I don't care about how many likes I get, how many comments I get, how many this, how many that, how many this. I've got people who are like, turn off those likes and don't even care about it. Cause you can. I think Carly has her set that way. Like you don't even see how many likes you're getting anymore. It's not something that you need to be so obsessed with and focused on. And so what I've personally been doing is I am focused so much each month. I print out, if you get on any of the power hours with me, I print out the roadmap. Hold on, my computer just bugged out on me. Okay. I print out the roadmap. I've been doing this for 3 months now. Every month I print this out and I write down, where did my PBV end? Where did my TGQV end? I can't ever say those acronyms, you guys. They're so hard to say. And I was a special ed teacher. A whole life was acronyms. I focus on this part of it. I focus on success steps. That is a huge, huge thing that I focus on now. Instead of focusing on my social media growth, I commit every month, I'm going to work towards the success steps. And those 3 months, I've only hit it once. I was really close the other 2 months, but that's where my business stats are focused now. And I also like going into the commissions area in your back office. You can see when you go into your commissions, I love this tracking system. It's genius, genius, genius. I highly recommend looking at it. It's going to tell you how much commission you have made each month. It's a little graph. I'm a very visual person. So for me, I want that graph to be a steady incline. That is what I'm focusing on. I don't need that graph to shoot up super, super high really quick. Been there, done that. I can attest to the fact that as fast as you build it is as fast as it can fall apart. So I have came to Bravenly and said, I am here for the long haul, and I want that little tiny graph to go up, 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 up. And ever since I joined Bravenly 10 months ago, I've never seen that graph dip because I don't want to see it go backwards. I want to continue to see that graph steadily climb up. And so I think the important part of all of this is, I think so often we can get so focused on the wrong things and the wrong insights and the wrong things for business growth, because that's not going to actually show you if your business is truly growing. And I know social media is a big thing where you're like, but I want to grow on social media. I'm actually starting a training this month for my team. I had told Carly about it. She's like, just share it with my team. I love it. So when I do this training, I'm not committing on any day, time, or anything because I am still in summer mode, but it's an organic marketing training, right? Like I love organic marketing. I love attraction marketing. That's how I like to grow my business. I'm going to do that training. But as you're going through that training and as you're doing things, don't worry about the likes. Don't worry about the comments. Focus on your success steps. Focus on your business growth month after month after month. And so I thought it was I loved what Kristen said. And I asked Kristen if I could share this because it's her words, not mine. But if you know anything about me, I turned 40 in August last year. Ooh, I'm echoing. Hold on. I'm going to say it, Marcus, if you don't mind muting. Okay, it's good now. I turned 40 last August, and that was when I said, I'm done. I'm going to get super fit. That's a huge goal of mine. So I've been hitting the gym like crazy for the last year. But the truth is, I have not stood on a scale in probably 6 months because I actually think that if I get on that scale, I might weigh more, but my body is so different fitness wise. I'm more muscular than I've ever been, all of the things. And so when she said this, I was like, to my brain, it hit so hard is she was like, getting on the scale is going to destroy yourself and it's setting yourself up for failure. So I think so many people are so stuck on the stats of their social media growth that it's honestly setting them up for failure and it's destroying their business, when really all you should be focused on is, are your commissions growing? Are you focusing on success steps? Is your PBV growing? Is your TGQV growing? Are you focused on the success steps? Focusing a lot of your energy there, because what you focus on is what will truly grow. So, okay, that's all I was going to say. Thank you, Carly.
Oh my gosh. So I love that. And I wanted to share that because I think we do all get in that cycle of like looking at our social media for those of us that are online builders. And it will take us away from what really matters. And I think that there's more and more of a trend of people in a world that's trying to automate everything and create, turn us into statistics and turn us into transactions. People are craving real relationships. They're craving the realness of what network marketing can bring. They can bring those relationships. And I think that the more that people are like, automate your system, make it easier, funnel. I am on the other side of this. And if that's how you run your business and it's working for you, I support you. But I'm going to tell you right now that I don't want to be funneled. I don't want to be automated. I want real people and real connections. And because that's what I crave when Kristen says things like this, I'm like, yeah, share it with the team, because I think the more that we get into this, like, let's just create this. And I love systems. I think they're really important for growth and duplication, but at the same time, we cannot lose the human touch. There was a leader who I really respected, and I reached out to her and I left her a message, a heartfelt message. And her assistant reached out to me and said this leader would message me back when she had time. Guess how much I respect that leader now. I'm like, I might not even worthy of like, and she never actually responded. And I'm sure she would have, but the truth is that I somehow got lost in the cracks of her system and her funnels and whatever she was creating. And losing that human touch was, definitely a detriment to what she's trying to do and what she's trying to build. And personally, if I see even a sense of, the automated birthdays, you guys don't do it. Don't do the automated birthdays. Poor Tim got a whole bunch of them. He's like, do they even know who I am? I'm like, no, they don't. You are just on that list. They're So resist temptation to do those, guys. Send authentic birthday messages. That's what people want, especially people in network marketing. They're getting 500,000 birthday wishes. What if you went in and you're like, hey, guess what? I'm going to be the one person that's not going to automate this. You could literally say that and they would laugh so hard and they would love you, because they're just being bombarded with it. So anyway, I so appreciate you sharing. I'm actually going to divert over to a new guy, then we're going to do Holly right after that. Because the reason I want to go ahead and segue over to Brandon came in with Tim and I recently, and he's phenomenal. But I think this is perfect to have him share at this point because he is here and he's all about the organic growth. And everything you're saying, Kristen, I know really mirrors who he is as a leader. And so Brandon is phenomenal. He's done very big things in the industry. This guy, I mean, it's just like, as you're writing your dream list of the people you want to work with, he's definitely on there. And so the fact that he's here, I'm just like, so excited. But anyway, Brandon, why don't you share a little bit about yourself and why you came into Bravenly? But let's hear it too about your organic build, because I know what Kristen was saying was probably hitting home with you because we're doing it different here, right?
Right. So I'm still like trying to get my footing. Even like the first couple of days of this month, I'm looking back going like, wait, what did I just do? Like what? I left my company. I joined another company, brand new people, brand new everything. And like having that, that little panic moment for just a second of like, whoa, everything's new. And just, is gaining that footing is just kind of a funny thing. I stumbled upon network marketing for two reasons. Actually, it was my wife, first of all. She found it first. And it was because basically I told her she was going to have to get a job. We were at a point in our lives where I'm like, okay, we like financially, we were both needing to do something different, to make some changes. And I'm like, okay, I got a job. I need you to get one too. And she's like, well, I've kind of found this, network marketing thing. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's not what I was thinking. I'm like, and it was a cosmetics thing. And I'm like, but I'll give you 3 months. Like, if you can like just make something enough where like you're contributing, for the things that, makeup and hair and our daughter and stuff like that, clothes, like that would be amazing. But like 3 months, I'll give you this time. And so in 3 months, she was making more than what I was working a 40-hour job, and she was doing it from home on her phone. I'm like, huh. So then I stumbled upon my own thing with another company. That's where I met Carly, met Ricky Durant, and all of them, and kind of experimented with one company and found a home eventually in another. And it just kind of snowballed for us. But I say snowballed, it snowballed as far as like success, and it snowballed financially, but it never like clicked. Like, it was never home. And it never felt like it did for her when my wife found what she did the first time. And so that misalignment was like a huge thing. And so when Carly and Ricky and all of them came to Bravenly, I was like, what is Bravenly? Like, where is this place? I've never heard of it. I got on the phone with my friends from the company we're at, and I'm like, these leaders I know are going to this place called Bravenly. And everybody's like, we've never heard of it. What is this place? So for 6 months, I just started watching. And then Tim Foster showed up at my door. Dragged me to a Meet Bravenly. He showed up in Texas, y'all, and dragged me to a Meet Bravenly meeting. And everything that I had really, I think, been hoping for, but also trying to ignore, like, as I did not want to make a change. As much as we needed to, like, I was afraid of it. I didn't want to make a change. I had residual coming in that I didn't have to work for anymore. I wasn't necessarily working or lining up with the company, but that was that like security blanket, of just knowing that I have got this, and knowing that if I left that, just the whole thing of having to start over frightened me to death. So as much, I just tried ignoring, and it was just like God just kept pulling me back to y'all. And I just I didn't get it until I went to that meeting, and I met Aspen, and I met different people, and it felt homey, it just felt good. And so I got home and I told Krista, I'm like, that's it. Like, that's my home. I don't know when, I don't know how, like, I don't I'm scared of this whole thing, but at some point that's going to be our home. So yeah, that's what happened. And I jumped in this last month, and it took forever to actually send my resignation letter and hit the join button all at the same time, you know. But I was determined to do it organically. And so I think the story that Carly was saying was even up until the 11th hour, I had like 13, what was that, like 13 or 16 points left to hit the director rank. And I could have bought something, y'all. Like I needed the coffee. Like I hadn't bought the brew yet. And I'm like, I could just, like, middle of the afternoon, I'm like, I could just buy this bag of coffee and be done. And, you know, let's cinch this thing up and be done and have it. But I was determined for it to happen organically, because more than anything, that's what I wanted. And I had put from the beginning, I had put my trust in God, that God would send the right people, send the right customers, that this thing would happen in his timing. And so what was it, 9:30 at night? I'm still sitting at 16 points. Carly's messaging me going, what's going on? What's going on? I'm like, I've got one person. One person says they're going to buy. I'm waiting for that person. And I was literally all about to hit buy and buy my brew. And that one came in and sealed the deal. But then this is what's awesome is after that, 2 more orders that I was not even expecting came in. One for one product, and then one for the trio. And so it put me up and beyond, you know. It was just like God saying, you know, yes, I'm confirming in the 11th hour to depend on me. It's all going to be good. You're in the right place. And then 17 minutes after close off, I had a brand new brand partner join up to start the next month, you know, fresh. And so that was just all super exciting and confirmation of just dependence. So I talk a lot, y'all. I'm sorry.
It's all awesome. I love that.
I don't know if that's
story.
what you wanted, but that's what
It is
that's what I
absolutely what
gave.
I wanted. And I think it's so cool for us to hear that and the dependence. And I was definitely at that place of like, Brandon, I was ready to dig up your league. Place a $13 order. I was like, yeah, but you guys, it happened. It just shows what his faith, you know, and what's happening here and that confirmation. And God shows up not just with just enough, but with abundance. And I think that's what happened here. But I have to tell you a quick story. When I was about to hit EVP, I was like 56 points away for hours on the last day of the month. I don't know what y'all were doing, but we were not moving on that day. It was 56 points and I was going nuts. And Ricky kept messaging me. He's like, Carly, I need to take my nap, and I can't take my nap until you hit this thing. So I even had Ricky pressuring me so he could take his darn nap. But one of you came through and I didn't buy a thing, and it feels good, right? There's nothing wrong. If you're 13 points away, guys, and you need to get a thing of brew to get to your rank, that makes sense. But at the same time, I also love his story and the faith, and it's going to be fun to watch your journey here unfold. Brandon, you're going to add a lot to the team, so we're glad you're here. Kristen, would you like to introduce Holly? Awesome.
Yes. Hi. Hello again. Well, I am really, really grateful for Holly, because like I said, I actually forgot about this call, and I messaged Holly like, I don't know, 10 minutes ago. And I'm like, Holly, can you share? Carly had asked me and I completely forgot. And I'm so grateful because Holly has an incredible story. And she just said yes, like 10 minutes ago. So we're all very blessed that she's jumping on to do this. But Holly just joined. I think we're on like 6 weeks. It's been 6 weeks now, I think. And her story is really, really, really amazing, from kind of that like mindset shift that she had of how she came in 6 weeks ago, and then how she is, well, it's been more than 6 weeks actually, but how she, I was gonna say it's been like 8 weeks. So how she came in, and then where her mindset was when she came in, because she kind of came in a little bruised and beaten up like some of us have come in, and where she ended up at the end of last month. It is such a testament. I was trying to tell her today, like, I don't think you realize how impactful your story is, because your story is just like so many of ours when we came to Bradenly, and watching what has happened with Holly and her business in 8 weeks has been such a blessing. Donna couldn't jump on. This was such a last minute, but Donna is the one who brought her in. So I got to give credit to Donna right now. She's been loving on her as well. But getting to hear Holly's story is truly such just a blessing. And when you're hearing her share her story, I also want you to think about, like, imagine if in 8 weeks you had a Holly on your team and this was their story. Like, this is where we get to serve and bless people. And it's really amazing to hear her story, because it just gets me more fired up to go find more Hollies, because I want to have more stories like Holly's in my business. So Holly, if you'll share your story, it's such an amazing story.
Sure. So hi friends, I'm Holly. I will tell you, just like Kristen said, I actually joined at the very end of May. I was with another company at the time, but it was kind of funny. You know, I tried some products, had my mind blown, and I was like, well, okay, well, if the products are good, I'm sure I won't like the business side then. Well, dang it. I talked to Kristen and Donna and Glenn, and they answered every question beautifully, as we all know Bravenly does. And I was like, well, okay, I'll think about it. And so what it came down to was the fact that I was stressed, I was burnt out. I 1,000,000% knew that I could never do this industry. Like, hands down, I was like, this is not a skill set that I have. I cannot do this. What am I thinking? Even considering doing something else and like going to another company like that, what? Doesn't make sense. But the Lord opened the door, and I was like, well, I guess I'll walk through it then. And so yeah, I gave a lot of disclaimers when I started with this business. It literally was something where I talked to the leaders. You know, I resigned from my previous company at the end of May, a few days after I came here. And I basically was like, listen, I feel a lot right now. There's a lot transitioning from one company to the next, and I don't know that I can do this. I don't want to build a team. So please don't expect that. I don't want to build a team. I don't even really want to tell people about products right now, because I just feel so much heaviness. But it was interesting, because the more I really was enveloped by this community here, the stress went away. Like that heaviness went away. Like it just, and I use this analogy all the time. It's kind of like when you go to the beach and you just kind of like see the ocean for the first time, and you're like, this was a good choice. Yes. Okay. And even though, like I said, like, I know that my business here is 100% grounded on faith and prayer. It was kind of one of those things where I slowly started to share products, very, very slowly, because like I said, I was 100% convinced that I couldn't do this. So yeah, it was a lot of prayer, and a lot of the Lord being like, okay, well, just hold on. We're going for a ride. And so we have gone for a ride. So like over the course of June, I really started to see the vision of what Bravenly is and what we have here, from like understanding the products to understanding the community, and really just seeing how incredibly wonderful it is. And, you know, it was interesting because at the end of June, you know, I started talking to some people who were interested in the business side of things. And I was like, well, you know, it was very casual, very, very relaxed. And, you know, July started, and our little team just kind of started to grow. And it was funny because everybody on my team, like, we all just pray over our businesses a lot, because we're like, Lord, you want us to what? Okay. All right, here we go. And so here we go. And so, you know, over the course of, I guess, the 8 weeks, 9 weeks now that I've been here, it is absolutely wonderful, because what I have found at Bravenly is that it is a place where people are valued, people are seen. We can be ourselves, we can be authentic. And I will be totally honest, like I'm an educator at heart, and I'm really good for like awkward one-liners and goat puns, because I have goats. So like that's what I bring to the table. And it's funny because you know, like there are all of these network marketing skills. And I'm like, yes, please teach them to me, because I can be relational with people all day long, but what's the business side? And I love that here, like the development of that is just a very beautiful thing. And then as the educator, like loving all the resources too, like all the graphics. I'm like, please hold, let me send you a graphic. And like my heart just burst. I'm like, thank you, Aspen. These graphics are beautiful. But I will tell you that at the end of July, our team ended the month as a senior director team. And we're all kind of like, cool. Wow. Okay, Lord. Well, good thing we buckled up. And it's funny because I actually messaged Donna and I was like, okay, Donna, I'll build a team now. I'll really, because I told her, I was like, I'm not doing this. We're not doing this. I was like, and yeah, one of my brand partners, she hit director in 6 weeks. Like this team, I mean, but again, like I said, it was 100% just praying for the right people, for the people that would appreciate my puns and awkward comments to come along. And because, you know, kind of like Kristen said, like, you know, she was talking about insights and I'm over here Googling what is an insight. And so, you know, like there are people that you just vibe with. And that's what's beautiful about Bravenly is that we all are unique in our own skill sets, but we all just come together and we do the thing and we all use our own skills and it works beautifully. And so, yeah, it's just one of the beautiful things that I have found here at Bravenly. I have Donna's funny. She's always said you're catching the vision, and I've caught the vision. Yes.
Holly, thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate you and your energy and puns and goat one-liners or whatever you said, like all of it. I'm here for all of it. I think that sounds fantastic. And the fact that you can be authentically you, right? You guys, there's a lot of people like Holly who probably have these lists of like, and I'm not going to build a team and I'm not going to do this. And you know who else was one of them? Me. I told my uplines when I came in, don't expect things from me. I'm really, really tired and exhausted. And, you know, like you'll be lucky if I do much anything. That's what I said. And look at Holly, right? Look at what she's doing, you guys, even though she came in thinking, I don't even know if I can. But this is one thing you guys need to realize is that Bravenly is in the business of not just bringing people from company to company. We're in the business of helping create the next generation of leaders and finding people like Holly, who's going to rise up and she's going to do amazing things here. And we're super happy to have her with us, you know, and congratulations, Renee, as well. Like you guys are phenomenal. So really proud of what you're doing. Thank you so much for sharing, Holly. And, you know, and it's going to be big things for you. Like I kept seeing your name show up on the back office and all the, I'm like, who is this girl? I'm like, who is this Holly? And, you know, it's just so cool to see you rising up, and it's just the beginning for you, friend. It really is. So, okay, you guys, I am super excited to introduce to you our newest VP, you guys, top 1% of the company. This girl works so hard. She's so amazing. I love her to pieces and she knows it. She knows it. So anyway, she's just going to share some nuggets, whatever she wants to share, because, you know, like it's official, guys. So tell us your magic, Siobhan. Tell us how it happened. Tell us the story. We cannot wait to hear it.
So excuse me while I stuff my sample bags. Pro tip: this is how you keep your bags of product in, like as a background. You just put in the stuff that comes from the shipping. Boom, done. That can sit pretty back there and people can see it while I'm in my calls. Anyways, always doing something. It's the details. It's the small little things I think that build this. And one thing I want to talk about, there's been a little bit of talk so far about timing, right? Like time, like, oh, I did it this fast, or I did it in this many weeks. And I feel like similar to what Kristen said, we can get caught up in like I did it in this much time. And then you hear that somebody did it and you're like, shit, I didn't. Right. And then that starts to just circle in your brain. And this took me, I started August 1st. I hit and I did all the things fast. I grew fast. Like it was the team. It just came together, right? Hit executive director after my second full month here. And then I sat there till last month. And I want to talk about how, because I think most of us on this call are probably the people who you know, we're looking for 500, $1,000 a month, right? That's the standard thing here. People aren't looking to make thousands of dollars in network marketing in their first few weeks. It's just not possible unless you are somebody that came from somewhere with like a big story, right? Their chapter 15 is not your chapter 1. And slowly over time, what I told myself is that I'm going to build this authentically. I'm going to build it slowly. And all I want to see every month is that we're doing something better than we did the month before. Because my whole thing is, and when I bring my team in and when I talk and when we have our welcome call, is like, I just want to help you be better than you were yesterday, however that is. And with my team too, we're friends first, business comes second. And I think that just speaks a lot to being able to really be there for your team, right? And show that they're not just a number. Like, you aren't the person that's going to help me get to VP. You aren't the person who's going to help me get to director. You aren't the customer that's going to help me hit the 2K club, right? You're somebody who I want to actually get to know and to help. And so over time, we did that. We built, we got bigger. I'm not gonna lie, you guys, it's infuriating when you sit in the middle for a long time. You're like, what in the actual, like, why is this taking so long? But the thing is, it's taking so long because that is God's timing for you to be building this business. It's not our timing. Like, people get frustrated because so-and-so didn't join me this month, or I didn't get a customer. But guess what? I guarantee you that person's going to come around and it's going to be in their time, not yours. And so once I kind of was able to accept that, I guess, and just take it all in as this is not my time. This is going to be, it's going to happen when it happens. Things started to grow and grow and grow. And for the last 3 months, I've been at above VP volume, but not balanced, right? So I'm like, okay, well, our team's there, like, we can do it, but we weren't balanced. I didn't know what to do. Well, enter Chelsea Winkler, who she will talk on this call too. You guys, the Hollies out there, the Brandons, the Chelseas, they're there. Like, they're out there, and it's just a matter of time until they come in and they help you grow. So anyways, long story short, last Friday, the Friday before the end of the month, I was in Vacation Bible School the whole week. I was dead, super dead. I don't know if you've ever volunteered with that many children, but I was like wiped out. Like, I had reached my point. And Brittany Beck messages me and she goes, girl, you know you're close, right? And I was like, yeah, I was close last month. I was close the month before that. I was close the month before that. I'm not one to ask anything. My strategy is not, hey, what can you do for me? It's, hey, what can I do for you to help you? And that's, I think, what helped with my build too. She's like, you're close, you should push. And I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't want to ask that. That's awkward. Like, that's just not how I'm building. I don't know. And she's like, well, I'm going to ask for you. And I was like, well, shit. Brittany Beck just said she's going to do this and she's going to host a call. So we did. We hosted a call the next morning. So Saturday morning, Carly, Ricky, Glenn, Heather, my sponsor, Brittany, the team, like, and I was in tears like the whole call, because I didn't really realize what the team, and I don't say my team, but it's like the team, what they were willing to do to help achieve the goal as a team. And that was really special because I've never had that before. And the rallying together that came, and they put some incentives together, and then all of a sudden Carly added another one, and then Glenn added another one, and then Lisa McAllister pops in and adds another one. I was maxed out on her. Like, she didn't need to do a gosh darn thing. And so it's the power of people. It's the power of community. People say, what's the special sauce here? It's you all. It is not the comp plan. It is not the products. It is not any of that. It's you. And so just know that, like, you hold that superpower. Like, you are the special sauce. So when you're talking to someone, like, own that. And so that's what we did all weekend. Sunday morning, I woke up and I'm like, oh, it's going to be a slow day. I went to bed, or before bed. Funny that you said that about Brandon. You're only needing like one order. I sat down with Heather. We're like, okay, where are we going to get the volume from? How are we going to make this happen? I'm like, I'll pull my order in. My husband will pull his. Like, we'll order all of our stuff the last day of the month. I'll have my mother-in-law order her. Like, instead of the easy ship on the 1st, are we going to do the end of the month push? I woke up in the morning to a voice message from Chelsea that said, I wanted to make sure this happened before you woke up. And it was like 5:15, and she hit executive director. And I hit VP and I was like, I losing my mind. I couldn't even believe that it had happened. And it took me a year, you guys, like a solid year. And so just know that anything and everything is possible here. And all it takes is that belief in yourself. And when it starts to go away, sit back for a moment, take a deep breath and ask God to put it back on your heart, because it just left for a moment. That's all. So yeah, it was really cool. Like, it's so cool. I mean, even Ricky called me today and goes, girl, do you check your commissions? And I was like, crazy, right? Like, it's just it's the check-ins, it's the people, it's the voice messages, it's all the things. So I don't know what else you want me to talk about, but I'm here for it.
Siobhan, I love that. Thank you so much for sharing your heart. I think like half of us were crying, just so you know. And I'm going to have you introduce Chelsea in just a minute and have her share, because executive director is a big deal too. And we're super proud of her. But I just want to take one moment and just say, like, I feel like my personality is like yours, in the place where it's like, I got this by myself. I don't need help. I don't want to burden anyone. I don't want to ask anyone. But you other guilty people. Yeah, I know. If I know you, I know. But here's the thing, you guys, even though Siobhan was very reluctant and probably forced into this, the truth is it was love fest. There were so many tears. There were so many moments where her team loved her and they wanted to help her. And, it's so cool because the ripple effect of them coming together to help her help themselves. They pushed, because a lot of times we'll push for someone else and not ourselves. And it brought them to that next level. It allowed them to reach goals that they might have not reached otherwise, but they weren't doing it just for them. They were doing it for their love of their leader. And as hard as it is as a leader, and I think most of us who are leaders will attest to that, we never want our team to feel put out or burdened or like that we require something of them, because we don't. That's not how we are here. But the truth is that if she would have said, no, absolutely not, she would have missed out on serious Siobhan Love Fest. And it was like this bonding moment for her entire team. And it built something stronger and more beautiful than she had before. So this is just my reminder to all of you leaders, to all of you, that if your team wants to come together and help you reach something, let them, because the blessing isn't just for you, but it's for them too. So I love that. Siobhan, we're so proud of you. You're amazing. You deserve this. And I think that your timeline is absolutely perfect. And it's going to help so many, because we need to hear those stories that took a little longer. We need to hear that, because that's the reality for most of us. And so you're amazing, friend. So I'll pass it back over to you and let you introduce Chelsea. So
okay, real quick, I'm sitting here, my phone just buzzed. One of my very loyal customers goes, hello, Miss VP. Like, it's just so good. Like, it's been so fun. So anyways, okay, Chelsea, man, this girl said no to me 100 times. She said, no, not doing it. Don't want to do it. Don't ask me to do it. I'm telling you, like, over and over, she told me this. And I just sat patiently, because I knew that the time was going to come. I just felt it. And so you can tell your timeline of when you joined, but basically, like, she's amazing. I'm so happy she's here. What she's done is a huge accomplishment. She's done it with so much integrity too. And she has really, like, her team that she's building they're really cool people. Like, I'm very excited. I like hanging out with cool people. So I get to do that now, because she's bringing in all these rock stars. But anyways, she hit executive director, you guys, moments before I hit VP. And I'm so proud of her. And we're partying on a yacht in September. So that's even more exciting. But welcome, Chelsea. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, no, it was a crazy weekend. I, like Siobhan said too, I didn't expect to really, that call on Saturday morning, I didn't expect Ricky and Carly to rally like that, and Brittany, and just to help us like that. Like Siobhan said, we've never had help like that at our previous company. It was not like that. So if you guys don't know, I came from the same place Siobhan did. She just jumped off the sinking ship a little bit before I did. And yeah, I don't know. I was a customer for a long time. I actually started using the products back in end of December. I loved them. I felt really good on them. My holistic doctor said, yes, use these instead of what you're using. Long story short on that. And I switched over to Siobhan because the person I had signed up under had left. So I was just an ambassador, and was just using the products, loving them. I was like, look, I need to get these for cheaper. She's like, well, let's sign you up as a brand partner. I'm like, okay, but I'm not doing a thing. Like, I'm not doing anything. I swear to God, I'm not doing anything. And that was the end of April. And then she's like, well, let me add you to some of the groups and the chats and all of that. And I'm like, okay, all right, guess I'll pop in there. And then she added me to the boards app, and I saw everyone winning and all these crazy stories and the testimony group and everything. And I knew how I was feeling too after just couple weeks of just being on these products starting beginning of May. And I think like May, I don't know, 13th, 14th, maybe I messaged her. I was like, okay, I'm ready to go. Let's do this. And we pretty much just took off from there. I hit director that month. I hit senior director, then let's see, June, and then executive director this month. And I really did not, I told Siobhan, I think like, I don't know, a week maybe before the end of the month. I'm like, no, there's no way I'm not going to make it. I'll get it in August. I didn't give up, but I just kind of accepted where I was. I told Glenn the same thing. I was like, I'm probably not going to make it. It's okay. It's fine. And I was fine with it. I had accepted it. Like it's fine. But then my team started doing really well. My customers started reordering products. Miranda, who just hit director right at the end of the day on Monday, she hit director as well. So I have girls on my team that are doing a lot. They're loving the products. They're sharing them. They have repeat customers. And that's really what this business is about and this company. And I love that we are so product facing, because I always did well with customers and products in Beachbody and our previous company. So just keep sharing the products and sharing people's results and adding them into that breakthrough group, because that group really does, like we said on our 2K call training last night that I spoke on, that group sells itself. Get people in there, get to know them, figure out what they're looking for, like what they need health-wise. I always ask people when I add them in there, like, what are you struggling with? What are your health, wellness, fitness goals, whatever they are, like, tell me. And I always will, I think it was, Angela had said last night, she, tags them in them and she shoots them a message, and just being like caring about people and asking like what their goals are really helps me a ton and always has. And then you're going to sell products that way. And what we have here is special because our customer volume goes into our overall volume. So if you have a strong customer base and you can sell products, you can rank advance. And I came in just saying, I just want to sell products. I don't want to build a team. And now I have a really awesome team under me that is doing the same thing I said I was going to do. So it's kind of just been the ripple effect with that. But yeah, super thankful for Siobhan and this entire team.
Well, congratulations, Chelsea. I love that. And isn't it funny? You're coming in, you're like, yeah, I'm not going to do it. And here you just hit executive director. That's huge. So we get to go hang out on a yacht together in Tampa. Evidently there's a training too, but I have a blue personality, so I tune that part out. So I guess we're going to learn stuff and strategy. I'm like, we're going to go have fun on the yacht, sister. Let's do it. But here's the thing, you guys, like month end, I just remember in that chat, she's like, I'm going to hit this so that Siobhan can wake up to being a VP, because she knew that little last bit of her volume was absolutely going to be what took Siobhan to VP. And that was such a heart-filled thing to do. And it was so beautiful. So I love you as a person, Chelsea. And I love the fact that you're such a team player. And I know you're going to continue to do incredibly big things here. So really proud of you and your team. So anyway, guys, I'm just so impressed with everything that has transpired, like the caliber of leaders that we have here. And I know this is just a small fraction of the people that are building here on this team, but you guys are beautiful humans. And I'm really proud and honored to be working with each and every one of you. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Like I seriously thank God all the time that every single one of you is like a gift. You're a gift and we get to work together. So I'm so appreciative. So we got a few more minutes, you guys. And so I just want to open it up. Yeah, I love you, Nietzsche. If there's anyone on here that has something to share, whether it's a tip, question, Siobhan, I see you.
I have one more thing that I forgot to say. And I think it's very important. Let me lower my hand on here. So the whole reason why we're able to do this, you guys, is because Aspen said yes to starting a company. And then Brittany and Ricky said yes. And then Carly said yes. Right? And then whoever your upline is said yes. And so just remember that your yes was because of the people before you, but your yes is really for all the people who still aren't with you yet. And so if you can go through your business and you can go through the day and you can go through when you're posting and know that it's for the next yes, I think that will also kind of help set the tone for the kind of business that you're going to build, which is one that it's on a firm rock and foundation and your faith and that you are where you're supposed to be because of your yes and the person's yes before you. So I meant to say that before, but there we go. Now I'm really done.
I love it. It's true. There's a ripple effect. Your yes could impact somebody's life for the better. I mean, heck, I think of my life without network marketing. I'm like, whatever upline said yes before me, thank you to all of you because I really appreciate them. Okay, so I see Nietzsche's hand up. So let's go to Nietzsche. And then after Jenny, would you mind sharing after Nietzsche about your coffee experience? Are you cool with that? Okay, cool. Okay, so Nietzsche, let's hear from you, friend.
All right, so I got two things to say. First off, well, this isn't one of the two, but first off, I love this coffee. I can't say enough about it. It is, to me, it's just phenomenal. I mean, the first day when I tasted it, I was having a few rough days there for certain reasons, and it didn't affect me. But then the second day when I took it going on, it's just like, I feel so great. And yesterday I had to go into this golf club for something. And I walk in and the girl's like, how you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm doing great today. Right. And it was sincere. And her and the other girl behind the counter were like, wow, I wish we felt like that. And I said, well, I have something I'll bring you next time I come and make you feel like this. And when I left, they're like, oh, just rub that energy on us, And then today I had to go to the post office and I forgot somebody was getting some Ignite and I forgot to put it in the first package. So I brought it back in and the girl shakes it and she says, oh, this isn't like batteries or something, right? And I said, no, actually it's like an energy capsule. I said, I have an online health and wellness business. And she's like, really? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, oh, I'd be interested in that. So tomorrow night I have to go back and sample 2 of the women that are at the post office, some of the extreme drinks and the Ignite. So I just thought that was great, but it's, I love this business. I love the company. You, Ricky, Brittany are really so great to everybody. And as far as Aspen goes, when I met her at our last conference, she was so down to earth and her and her husband took the time to just chat with me after everybody had walked out of the room to go do stuff. And that was just really awesome too. It's just such a loving place. And I'm really happy to be here. And I just wanted to say that I haven't been on in a while, been busy, I've been moving and going here and there. But I can't wait to see everybody at the conference in February. So thanks for letting me share, Carly.
Yay, I'm so excited. I cannot wait to see you in February. And I love it. I see your fire back. Obviously, I can tell you love the coffee because you definitely got that spark. Nietzsche is the queen of sampling people in person and growing her business just by her like contagious energy. And I love that about her. So anyway, it's cool to see. I knew you were going to love it. As soon as I tried this, you were the person I was like, just going to fall in love with this coffee. So, and of course you did, but so is everybody else. Like we're hearing so many incredible testimonies. And I saw Jenny's on here. And Jenny's, I don't know if I told you this, but she sent me this message and it was so exciting and contagious that I actually forwarded it to both Ricky and Brittany. I'm like, listen to this girl. She's so pumped about the coffee. And so anyway, I was excited for her to share a little bit about what she thinks.
Hey, everybody. I'm Jenny. I'm from Michigan. I've been talking to Carly a lot because I really want to grow here. I love it. I've been part of network marketing before. But this place is really different. And when I tasted the coffee, well, you guys kept hyping it up so much. And I know that the whole company isn't really about hype and pretending something's so great. And then you get it and you're like, it's okay. But like, it was everything and more that everybody said. It was like, yes, this is so good. Because I liked the way the other one felt, but I didn't really love the flavor. But with mixed with gold and some cream and stuff, it was fine. And I was drinking it just because I loved how much better I felt on it. And my brain felt so much better. But this actually tastes good. I told Carly, I'm like, this is the best mushroom coffee I've ever tasted. I'm close to say it's actually just the best coffee I've ever tasted because I can't drink coffee black. That bitterness, even though I love coffee, the bitterness, I can't do it. But I can drink this black. It's really good. It's really smooth. It blends really well. But I did say, another girl messaged me. I don't even really know who she is, but she saw my story and she's part of Brave and Late with the team of somebody. And I think her name was Kristen. And she reached out and she's like, yes, I don't even drink coffee. I'm not a coffee person and I love this. It's the only coffee I'll drink. And I said, it's funny you said that because as I was drinking, I was thinking, I bet even people who don't like coffee would actually like this. They might not like it black, but they would like it in some kind of form, like it mixes with a hot chocolate or something. And I said, you could literally run a business just on this. Like we could just be like, this is our brew business, basically. Like you could run a whole business on just the coffee alone. I think it's so good.
Yes, I love that. I love that, Jenny. And the thing is, some of us have come from coffee, and we're glad that there's different elements that we get to promote, not just coffee. But it's true though. Here's the thing: is coming from coffee, I've been a part of something like that, and I can tell you what we have here is better. And that I wasn't gonna even promote it, you guys, because I was like, yeah, I've done coffee before. And then when I got this and I tried it, and I was like, there's no way I can't share it. We've got the best coffee on the market. And here's the thing, you guys, it's not just great tasting and great for like your energy and your mood and your focus and all the things, but it's good for you. These ingredients, I've got a real crunchy network, guys, and I have all the crunchy ladies in my inbox like, tell me more about this coffee. Those ingredients are wild. And here's the thing, like you want those ingredients in your body and what that's going to do for your long-term health, your thyroid health, I mean, just everything. We want these ingredients in our body. And so what we have is so impressive on so many levels. I, like some other people, have ADHD, and this coffee is phenomenal for me. So, and here's one thing I can tell you guys is that it feels like it puts a light bulb on, like turns a light bulb on my brain, and this focus. For me, a half a cup is where my happy place is. So don't be afraid to play with it. As most people are going to do great with a full scoop. I do great, but a half a cup, I feel like my brain almost wakes up so much with a full that I've kind of toned it down a little bit, and then I can still take like my Russian stuff later because I want all the things. But it just, I mean, you guys go ahead and allow your customers to play with the dosing. Maybe start with a half, go to a full. This is safe, so we don't have to be like, yeah, we're worried it's going to mess you up if we take a full scoop. It's not like that. It's healthy. But for someone like me, I'm like, I feel the receptors turning on. It's magic in my brain, and I love the way it feels. So really excited about that.
Carly, some girl
yes.
reached out to me and she said, hey, I see yourself in your mushroom coffee and I really want to try it, but I'm really hesitant because have you tried Rise? And I'm like, my sister-in-law has, and it does have great ingredients, and I'm sure it does like wake you up and stuff. She's like, it tastes terrible. She's like, it's so gross. I still have 2 bags sitting here and I don't want to waste it, but at the same time, I don't want to drink it because it's gross, even though I know it's good for me. And I said, yes, I've heard that multiple times. I'm going to tell you it's not the same as Rise. It's different. I assured her that like we have a money back guarantee, but you won't need it. But so I sent her a sample and she's going to get it like probably tomorrow, but yeah.
Perfect. This will sample well. But I've heard that too. And somebody will say, oh, well, I have this one mushroom coffee. I have like so many ingredients. I'm like, okay, what you have is a mushroom coffee. This is so much more than that. Like, what you have is not going to light your brain up like this. It's not going to boost your mood like this. It's not, this is so beyond. So if somebody goes, oh, I got a mushroom coffee, I'm like, not like this, It's totally different.
I could feel the mood kick in. Like probably like 15, 20 minutes. I'm like, wait, why am I smiling in my kitchen? This is so weird all by myself. I'm like, yay. I was like, and I literally took a picture of myself on Instagram, like when your mood from your coffee kicks in, because that's what it was like. Yay. Like it was fun. Yeah.
It is. It's amazing. So thank you for sharing so much. And, we're just about to finish up here, but does anyone have any last minute thoughts on coffee that they want to share or anything else as we close this up? All right, you guys. Well, thank you guys so much for hopping on here. I appreciate all of you. Again, it's been a phenomenal call. 2 weeks from now on Thursday, we'll do it again. So I look forward to seeing you guys then. Thank you guys. Thanks, ladies who shared today. Bye. And Brandon, ladies and Brandon, take care.